Hey everybody, Sean from MediaAssault here, and as I promised in an earlier video today, I said I would be doing some more reviews of some movies. This is the first of two planned reviews that I plan to post today. It's probably going to be a fairly short review because the movie itself is certainly nothing spectacular, and that movie is Yongary, Monster from the Deep. Little background on this film. As you can see, I picked this up on DVD. However, I didn't watch it on DVD. I was at the local half-price books, and they have a fairly large section devoted to movies put out by a company called Alpha Video. I bought this brand new, and it cost all of $4. I also picked up this Monster from a Prehistoric Planet, which I'll be doing a review of sometime in the future, not today, because I can only tolerate so much really bad kaiju in one sitting. I've seen this film, I know it's pretty bad, but I haven't seen it in a while, and I'd still like to do a review of it. But anyway, getting back to Yongary, this is one of the Alpha Video copies, as is Monster from a Prehistoric Planet. Both of these, like I said, I picked up for about $4. Alpha Video has a fairly well-known, or has a reputation for putting out copies of films that are not what you would call pristine. The print quality is usually fairly bad, but the advantage is that Alpha Video releases a lot of films onto DVD that most companies wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. So you get to see these movies, albeit in a fairly crappy version. So I picked this up because I hadn't seen it in quite a while, and then when I got home, I learned that the movie, the print, the US print, is in the public domain. So you can actually watch this entire video on, this entire movie on YouTube. It's cut into parts. But MGM released a pristine anamorphic widescreen print of this on its Midnight Movies series, on a double bill with Conga, which is a King Kong ripoff. So I was kind of bummed out because I would have rather purchased a $9 flip-it DVD with two films on it, both of them looking fairly decent, instead of spending $4 on one crappy-looking version of this, because this is a full-screen pan-and-scan version. And pan-and-scan is being polite because I don't think they pan or scan at all. They just sliced off the sides. So you wouldn't get the borders if you're watching this on a regular aspect ratio TV. But anyway, I was kind of bummed that I wouldn't be able to see the better looking print. Netflix, however, on their streaming section, is actually carrying the MGM version of the movie. So I streamed the film off of Netflix instead of watching the DVD. So I own it, but I didn't watch it. So there you go. The film itself is pretty bad. It is a South Korean kaiju film, of which there are not many. The special effects are not that great. The story is certainly nothing original. Excuse me. Basically, a large reptilian creature is released from the bowels of the earth by an atomic explosion. He rises up to cause chaos and havoc in Korea. The location's a little different, that's about it. And basically, the Korean government has to figure out a way to destroy him. Unlike the Godzilla films and unlike the Gamera films, the way to dispatch the monster is by no means clever. The cast is nothing special. The acting is certainly not very good. The US print features a really poorly done dubbing job. I prefer to see these types of films with the original soundtrack with subtitles. Alas, no version that I have access to exists for this film, and I don't think I'd spend the money for it anyway. So why did I sit through this film? Well, I remember seeing it as a kid, and I saw bits and pieces of it on cable as recently as like 7 or 8 years ago. So I never saw the entire movie from start to finish in quite a long time, so I figured it would be kind of interesting to see it now with a different perspective that I have on some of these films. Unfortunately, having that different perspective didn't save this from being any more schlocky than I remember even as a kid. The suit that the actor wears as Yongary is pretty bad. the monster has two special powers. He has the ability to shoot a ray from the horn on the front, this horn here, and of course you can see he breathes fire. Unlike Godzilla, who breathes sort of an animated nuclear radiation beam, Yongary actually breathes fire, which leads to some really bad special effects shots of an obviously static head with a nozzle in the mouth, shooting gasoline out of it, which is ignited and looks really cheesy. So really, I can't say too much good about Yongary, even though I did see the better looking version of the film. If you have Netflix, stream it, take a look at it, because it won't cost you any extra. Certainly don't shell out any money, even $4 for the alpha video version. The print looks terrible. Like I said, it's cropped off on the sides. They didn't really do any panning or scanning. They just lopped off the left and right hand side of the screen, and if whatever action was taking place took place in the field of view, great. If not, oh well, use your imagination, because you're not going to see it. So see the MGM version of the print on Netflix for free. At least you'll see all the action as bad as it looks. So I would give Yongary maybe a 2.5 out of 10. There are some shots that are pretty cool, but they are far outnumbered by the number of effect shots that look terrible. And I will say this, I read a comment somewhere online yesterday about this film that says the special effects on Yongary are really no worse than the later Godzilla films, the later Showa-era Godzilla films of the early 1970s, from like 72 to 75. And I would agree with that. The special effects aren't any worse than that, but by no means are they very good either. So check it out if you're a kaiju completist, but try not to spend any money on it to see it if you can. That's really all I have to say about that. I've got another review coming up later today. I won't say what it is, but if you check out my channel, you'll see it. And by all means, rate, comment, subscribe to the MediaAssault channel, and look forward to hearing from some of you. And that's about it. So thanks again for watching. Take it easy. Bye.